Hello, my friends. It's going to get up to about 105 degrees in Missouri today, so don't want to stay out here too long. But now these are not going to be walking sticks. As usual, I went out in the woods and picking up a few sticks. These are going to be talking sticks. So if you don't know what a talking stick is, they go way back. But I know how to make them. And we're going to make several of them today. I don't know how many, but I've got enough wood here for a half a dozen. I'm going to get inside where it's cool. Let's go in there and make one. Well, hello, my friends. Today, I'm going to show you how I've finished my talking stick. This is going to be start to finish, and I hope you enjoy. First of all, this is a stick I have roughed out, so I'm going to cut it off right about there and cut it off right about here. And I'll get that first, and then I'm going to get some sandpaper and work all this. The handle is going to be right here. So let's get started and see what this looks like. Now we can see here how clean that is all the way around as compared to these areas. That's what it was to start with. I've cleaned up a little bit here, but you see how clean it is with this pencil sander that I use, and I turn it all the time that I'm using it, and it comes out fairly clean, and that's what we want. So I'm going to continue cleaning this all up all the way. These twigs here included is going to look just like that, and then we'll be back and take another look. As you can see here, I lock up the piece in a vise with some wood protection here in the jaws, and I literally get in and get every bit of the bark off. We want to expose the inner layer of the wood all the way around. Even if you leave a twig sticking out, clean all the bark from around it. And whoever holds this stick has the power over others to be the only one that speaks. And the old stick will be the master of the group. And remember, you can't hold this stick forever, but you can talk and speak freely, and we don't want any protection at all from your thoughts, speech, and it's for good and peace and relaxation. It's not for argument's sake necessarily, but it's to have your moment to get your point across and share with others your feelings. This limb has shared with us its inner feelings without the cover of bark or anything. So we want to respect this stick and respect the person that holds the stick. So let's get on and do some decorating, and we'll finish this stick today. Okay, we're set up for a good finish. I just opened this can of Minwax. It's Gunstock is the name of it. You can see it right here. And we're going to set that down and try not to spill any more of it. And we'll get right with it. I think you need not to say that we need rubber gloves on. I don't know what it will look like. I know I put it on best to try on a scrap piece of wood. That's highly recommended, and I did that. And it turned sort of sort of a reddish color, and I thought it would be nice for this talking stick at least, and that's what we're going to try. And I'm going to rub it in, and then we're going to get it coated real good, and we'll see what it looks like. That heavy coat on there. Now my stick, I got it trained to where it'll stand up on, don't really sit down on there. I'm going to wipe this down some. I'm going to try to wipe it dry, but I'm just going to take a layer off of it. And it, so far, I'm liking what I see. So I'm going to let it dry right there. And we'll come back and show you what comes next. Here what I'm doing is laying out the color that I want to paint the stick. And I'm wanting a color pattern from here to here, from this little twig branch coming out and up here a little. So we'll lay this down first on a napkin, and I want the color to start right there. When we lay this down, I'll know they can't count this yellow right here, and then from here to here will be yellow, and from here to here, not quite as much, it will be blue, and then from here to here will be black. Then I'll turn this over, and I'll be enough to utilize this end here, and I'm going to paint this be yellow all the way down to here, and I'll put a Y for that. Okay, now we're ready for paint. For this first color, to keep the lines straight and crisp, it don't matter. I'm going to start the first one yellow, will be right about there. So with that branch there, I'll just tear me off a little of my tape. I'll just need one straight line. So I'll take that tape around here, and it will go right there. This other line will go around, and then come out. That gives you a straight line after that dries. We can tear it back a little. Now then, for the next one, we're going to look and see where it comes to. I'll tear out another piece here, and it's going to be the other line, the other mark. So what we'll do is this happens to be about that wide for the black. So I will get that straight there, and yeah, just about right. I want to lay this around. That's going to give me a real crisp line for my yellow, and it'll give me a crisp line for my black down here. This is going to be painted. This was yellow, blue, and black at the bottom, so this will be black. So we want a crisp line there. So let's take it around here to where we can get it established there. That's going to give me a crisp line for my black. So I can paint that yellow and I can paint that black, and then after it dries we'll put some tape over that, and we'll paint that blue in the middle. Right here at the top is, I see here we have yellow. So we turn this around and we can see where we want the line again, and it will go just like this, the straight line. Remember, we marked it on the napkin, and I'm going to bring this all the way around to where this tape picks up on the other edge and it won't come loose. There you go. That's pretty straight across there. Now this one, we want to bring it down here to where with a nice yellow line. All the way around there. Now, we can get a crisp line, paint this all yellow for right now. This will be yellow, this will be black. Later on, after it dries, there'll be a pattern up here, and there'll be blue down here with some other things. So let's just paint that yellow here, and black here, then we'll have to allow time to dry. So first I have my acrylic paint, and I work right out of the bottle. Those that have seen me do this before, you know that I don't use paint cups. I just use, and we're going to use a different brush for each one of these, so it shows up nicely. Now we're going to paint this, and see, we don't care about, we'll have a line there when we get done, so we can literally have this paint on there, get us a good, I like to go around a circle where the tape is. That way you don't push anything back under it. If you go up this way, you could push paint under the tape. You don't want to do that. So when you're near the tape, do like this, and you won't have that paint sneaking underneath the tape. And I'm going to just brush this way and get it coated real well. And remember, this is your talking stick. Everyone can have their own talking stick. This will be unique to anyone else's. So if you want to call the powwow or the talk, you want to bring the talking stick, and you can start it off by speaking your piece, so to speak, and picking what subject you want to talk about. And then after you finish talking or saying what you have to say, you can pass this stick on to another person. But no, you can ask if anyone has anything they'd like to say, and you'd pass the stick on to them then. But this really can control what is said very well. And if you go around, you want to apply the paint like this, and that will eliminate a lot of brush strokes when you're done, and you'll end up with a fairly nice even coat. And it's what we want. Now this will be yellow also, and you can refer to your napkin there. We're going to continue and paint this yellow, and this is going halfway around the stick here now. I like to go, I get both ends done first, and it's a matter of technique and preference. After you do it, you'll figure out why and how to do it to get apply a better even coat, if that's what you want. Now, I don't really care. This is a talking stick, and this is my own brand and symbolism on here. Bright colors, should be cheerful. And the black on your stick, it should contain some black. So that will symbolize the fact that there is a nighttime, not necessarily anything bad because it's black, but you want to symbolize everything. The black can represent what you want it to, but to me it symbolizes the night, the darkness of night. We've got you want just a nice even coat, and you'll find that we kind of brush the same direction until we get that. We don't want any runs in the acrylic, and you can kind of clean off your brush a little bit with the tape if necessary. I think that's got it. Now, we can wash those brushes out. Since this is acrylic, we can certainly wash the brushes out. But we want black on this one, so we'll see where our black starts here, and we'll get our black on this stick. We're doing black. We don't want black anywhere else. We just want a nice, crisp black all the way around this stripe. And you'll see, you stay tuned and you'll see what I do with these colors. This is not going to stay solid yellow or solid black. You do want some more painting. We'll go over this. This will be your basic color. So there you have it. And you can use a stick for many things, any kind of discussion on life or problems to discuss, make plans for a trip, marital problems, disagreements. It will prevent somewhat arguments. All people can voice their opinion and have an opportunity to get their point across and have their say without turmoil and argument. You're just making a statement, and you've been invited to discuss the problem or whatever you have in an open, friendly atmosphere. Once that's done, problem's almost solved that way. Now I'll set this down in such a way that it don't touch the paint. We can see that it's sitting on those twigs. I mean, this just happened to be work out that way. It does not have to be that way. If you didn't have those twigs, you could prop something under both ends. But that's kind of neat right there. That'll let that paint dry, and we'll be ready for the next phase of this project. Okay, it's good and dry. It's been about 30 minutes or so. The acrylic is fairly fast drying. I do like to keep the end pieces separated, so there we go. That paint's not going to brush, it's going to be reused. Now, there we go. Now, there is the basic undercoating that we have. Looks pretty good. And what you see here is, I like to wrap this tape lightly around the stick here, and I will let a little of the black and a little of the yellow show, and that's going to give me that's going to make any imperfection of that, give me another chance of getting that pretty wide and crisp there. That's going to be painted blue. Now here I'm taking a wide piece. Let's see, I'm going to take a piece of this and go around the edge. One end of the yellow. Turn that corner over so I can release it. Now I'll lift some yellow showing there. Now, another piece. You can tear this in half, make two pieces if you want. I'm going to leave a little of the yellow showing right there. There we go. Little yellow showing here, little yellow showing there. Now we take another piece. Now this time, I am going to split the tape because I want to go above this, and there we have it. Went around again. Sorry, getting out of the camera. Now, see, I have that around there, tape both sides, and I want to tape the other side of this, leaving that open. I have the other half of my tape to do that with. I will do that right here. Okay, that leaves two stripes. I'm going to use red for that. Keep that off of there. Now I want to put red all the way around. Let's make these stick down to the wood as much as possible so we don't have any red run around. The more time you spend on this, the more crisp and pure lines you're going to get. Now right here we want blue, right here we want red. So I'm going to take a dip here, and we're going to get the red all the way around here. Just going to paint that right on there and keep going around until it's coated good, and you kind of clean the brush out a little bit if you got too much on there. And we want to go around. That'll leave my stripe there. And go around this one. That red will show up really great against that yellow, you'll find. And with a nice dark red around there. And we'll let this dry. Don't forget to clean your brush. I'd like to open the blue. Put the lid on the red. We're done with it for a while. And now we'll create a wide blue around this way. Now we're ready to let the blue dry here, and we will be back when that's done. And now that your paint is dry, all that's left to do is remove some tape. Okay, now there we have it. Okay, right there. There's that little design up here. So I'll take a feather, and I first lay the jute twine right up on the feather, and I'll put some CA glue right there. Okay, now that is stuck to that end very well. Now you decide how much of the twine you want on there. I'm going to guesstimate about a couple feet of that. See how that goes. I have some wooden beads. Lay a few of them out. Then I have a package of brown beads. I'll lay a few of those out. I just chose the brown beads because they have a bigger hole and they will go on there. And I should be able to slide this all the way down and on this feather. Also, I want to glue some more glue. So I'll take another one and I'll put it on there. Now we have total coverage of the feather with the bead, like so. Now, I would like to take, and let's see if we can get some of these little red ones on there. Yeah, that one went on there pretty good. I managed to get that one on there. Now see if we can get, we have 3 brown ones, so we want at least 3 of the red ones. Two, another one, and then one. Now we put some glue on there. And that will keep them from sliding down. And move them around. Now that'll have a few seconds and that will be dry. This one should be dried by now. 3 beads on this one, just like this. And you get them all the way down, and we'll push them right on up on that feather. Right there, get on up on there, there and there. Now I'm gonna put a little glue on this so it stays where we put it. Okay. And we'll take this one, do the same thing. Now we have these with equal amount of beads on each. This is a very small tipped artist brush, and get down in there, and then I use my finger as a gauge. Now right here, I'll just draw circles around this, and I'll try to go to the opposite side, which is here, and I'll draw another one. See our patterns? And we'll take some black dots and go around the other side. I think well, there it is. We finished this project of how to make a talking stick. I hope the introduction was sufficient to let those know what a talking stick actually is. And remember that it actually serves as a tangible reminder of the value between speaker and listener while promoting the art of communications, helping connect on a deeper level while promoting mutual respect. And always remember, respect the one holding the talking stick. Have one other thing to say. I'll see you in the next video.